and circumstances of these
Alright.
tragic events remain
uncertain. Fuck yourself. Oh my god. This game could have been simple. It could have been easy. It could have been alright. But the level of bullshit... Also, this music is super loud. The level of bullshit that this game put me through for no reason. So, you know how if you click off of a window and you click on like the top part of it to like move it, it moves? Well, if you try to do that here, it just drags it beneath your screen, like beneath the taskbar, so that you can't touch it anymore. And so I had to put it back in full screen, and then I had to put it in, and then I had to take it out of full screen, put it in the resolution I wanted, something that would fit on my screen without interfering with me being able to look at chat. Like, the level of bullshit that I've had to put up with for both this game and Deadly Premonition, just to get them to work so I could stream them. This truly is the shitty old game stream. But hey, we're here now. So let's get to it.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
Why does the mouse says to be start at 0? Or 1? Oh my god. It's all or nothing. What does 5 look like then?
We ourselves are
oh, good.
Deception. Our hands
That's wonderful.
no longer tied.
Great. Can I set this to custom points? I can. Okay, we start at point 1. Let's do good old point 5.
Well,
that's still way too much. Point 3. Almost point 4.
Names are already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform Sectio Transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
Before we even really get into this,
those who favor hard
I want to see if there's a third-person mod for this game.
Are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet?
Any chance of a third-party multiplayer mod r/Pathologic? What?
Is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers.
But a multiplayer mod for classic HD where one person plays each character.
Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever blokes. You will act justly.
This isn't Pathologic, this is Pathologic 2.
His demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm.
Pathologic Classic
As for
HD.
Brainy,
There's
he has no
30 total
regard
mods
for
for this game.
casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
180p mod.
It seems unlikely
That are
we'll
mad.
get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth.
Pathologic realistic.
Only the heart will show you the right
Woe
choice.
plague be upon ye.
Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funisumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate.
Whenever I
Stuffed or not, it's breathing.
click out of the game, the game doesn't stop just till the animation stops.
Killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
Let's go then. Only unlock once you complete the Bachelor or aspects of the storyline. I'm not completely blind to this. I know that the Bachelor is the obvious choice.
A Bachelor of Medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan and stays at her place till dawn.
Yes. Okay. Cutscene. There we go. I can't wait for the bitrate to get really shitty because of these effects. Can't wait to post the VOD on YouTube and to get it claimed for ambience. Bet that's what's gonna happen. Pathologic not responding. I really hope that's just a state of loading. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, good. Text I can hardly read. As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who is rumored to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern thanatology, challenge the existent notions of death itself. However, even if this undying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the parasite from shutting our laboratory down. I need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it will be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. Cool. How do I exit. That's how you exit. By the end of the batch, he finds himself battling a truly unvanquishable foe. My study, no doubt. My bed, no doubt. My dresser, no doubt. Oop, 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 what was that? Health, immunity, hunger, exhaustion, infection. Does it just happen anytime I press E? It does not. How do I leave? How do I leave? Ooh, that brings up my fisticuffs. Oh, that was a fruitful venture. Q, that's my quest. R, T, I don't know what that is. F, I light up my own world. Oh, there's a door. Okay. Nice architecture, bro. Where'd you get those stairs from? Stair store? Someone else in here. Oh, hi. Want me to light up your world?
I've seen the angel of death by the window. I had a feeling you would come.
Sounds the outside to wake up to. There's a terrible groan and something snapped loudly. Oh good, I have a little chat history box. Take notes, BioWare. A single line of the previous text won't save me if I've zoned out in the 15 minutes of exposition. The random, fuck, what are they called? The random, shit, what are they called? I am not frantically typing to try to figure them out. Oh my god, there's not that many, just give me one. Yeah, the random Krogan that's been expositioning for the past 15 minutes. Take notes, BioWare. There are strangers in the backyard by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief. I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon to stop disturbing our sleep. What do you think they aren't planning anything foul? Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the stone yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course, fights happen occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night. We're a tight community, and now I hear unfamiliar speech is not a good sound. Take a look, but I'm in a hurry. I must see this founding father of yours. You're willing to trade company and fascinated women. I have a fascinated woman for that of a dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer. It is so sad. But Simon won't go anywhere. He always has been, he always will be. Even if the moon were to fall to the ground, please stay a little longer. Simon's a sorcerer, did I hear that right? Is that the secret to his longevity? Are you that much of a hurry? Do come around, the kids are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off, rest in my bed, warm your hands. You're so anxious to see Simon as though you left my life, yes. Now that my laboratory is on the brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on that remarkable man. If he really managed to live that long, then his tissues will help me defeat death. Death, so it's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has been able to defeat that evil yet. Millions of doctors defeated it on certain singular occasions. My enemy is more fearsome. It is death itself rather than a singular case of death. I knew that this game would be a lot of reading. I kind of held out hope that these would be fully voiced. Don't understand. Maybe really understanding myself. Could death only seem inevitable to us, but in reality, to be nothing more than the whim of the will that shaped this world? This question is always the key to my victory. It's not part of the Kane's living crucible, Bridge Square. Could I please offer you a piece of advice? Simon has two younger brothers. The eldest of the two, Georgie, is called the judge by the locals. Visit him first. He is an asleep. He'll teach you how to speak to Simon. The youngest of the three is Victor. His daughter Maria also went to see you. Is probably important. Was it she who knew about my uncle beforehand? Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is the kind of person she puts on airs, but it's just how the Canes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording of my nonsense. I think it's really nice. Go and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the Canes. Probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I have some advice that may be of help to you if you need it. I'll depart after speaking to Simon with you. Oh, good. Simon Kane, a man of improper longevity, has been coming here. I hope you sympathize with my request and will need something possible. Mysterious woman, Victor Kane's daughter, has been expecting my arrival for several days. She seems to know more than me than I do. Crucible. Crucible. Cathedral. Oh, okay. Where's my, map? Just a short walk. How big is this place? Pretty big. Still Walker. Maybe Leon's house. How do I leave? I am leaved. Man, that not responding every time. Well, venerable bachelor. I don't want to do those voices again because when I did them for Beholder 2, it like peaked out my mic. And it didn't work so well. Please be so kind as to linger for a minute. This conversation won't take too much of your time, especially as time stops during dialogues. At least during the important ones. Our dialogue is extremely important. You need to know how to play after all, don't you? Play? What are you talking about, Maskman? I'm neither a gambler nor an actor. Of course you aren't. You're a living, breathing man. That's evident from your conditions and statuses. You experience hunger, thirst, fatigue. You suffer from pain, wounds, diseases. You're so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, and rest. And to make mistakes. The latter being the most definitive proof of my human nature. Wouldn't you agree? The tragedian, if you will. If I may, I'd like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or naturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress that was diagnosed with starvation. This happens, I can testify to that as a doctor. They don't remind a wise man like yourself of the fact that hunger is sated with food. Food can be found in shops, and shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with specific signs. Wow! Sleep, however, is more complicated. People only sleep in beds, and only in private residences around here. I'm sorry, but that's just how our world is. Yes. The world is unjust. Quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell similar items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. People can be quite brazen around here. You can also barter with the folk out in the street. Some things, maybe nothing more than trinkets to you. Others will be willing to part with their life's blood. Blood. Yes. Blood. It's not my place to lecture you, but if following your Hippocratic oath, you ever consider easing someone else's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You'll see their pain receding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep and close to recovery, don't they? Or they're close to the ultimate rest. Still, helping the homeless will grant you a good reputation. You'll be seen as a benefactor willing to part with precious sleeping draughts or painkillers for a simple bystander or anything else. No, not yet. Show me the way to Simon's house. Turn left now, then walk along the alley. You'll see the cathedral and 3 mansions across the bridge square. Simon lives in the one that's closest to the river. Thank you, Mask Man. What the fuck are you? Actually, I shouldn't be asking stupid questions like that. I'm not walking into this blind. All to me to teach you about the technicalities of this setting, the time, the place. It's not essential. It's how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage. So fall down the aisle and stumble into the prompt box, which might look silly. You're going to have to teach me? Aren't you forgetting your manners? My manners? There are different manners of life and thought. Other than mine, everything goes awry. I'll have a chance to witness each of them. So that is something you should probably try to avoid. As for now, please forgive my rudeness. I'm in a special position here. I have the right to be blunt sometimes. Did you want to tell me? Time flies by. Can't be stopped or turned back. Nights follows days, which are then followed by nights. Things happen without any regard for whether you are there to witness them. Expect them to wait for you, and most events can be missed. So it makes sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly, and find people who play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the comic book, the rest are just a crowd shot, background to watch for extras. That's what it has been. Indeed, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. It's a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these bound to stand out people. Don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy, my side. If the world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument, reputation changes the world you see, for it's a mirror. Wouldn't you agree? So a bad reputation gets you a lot of trouble, for example. Oh, what need I describe? You've got a vivid imagination. Everything changes from mystical aspects to mundane things. People you meet, treating so bad. How many enemies you had, how high the prices rise, how bad your dreams, lots of things. So I prospect, how do I maintain my reputation? Really? How's that even a question? Same as anyone. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not betray, do not steal, do not covet, do not be an asshole, do not get caught. The rules the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, risking something for thy neighbor, even a person who lives quite far away can help in a dire situation. See, really? Good for you then. As for me, I can't see anything in this place. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives. Don't put too much stock in others' words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived. He who trusts no one is deluded. I know this from experience. Okay. No more dialogue from me. Can I speak to you again? I can't. Dialogue is over. Speaking is done. Number keys don't do anything. And you walk slowly sideways. Just pick up some nuts off the ground. Good morals and luck are a great help in magic. Small communities that preserving violence. Personal standing can work wonders. Who was the Mount Taylor? Okay. No speakies for me. So I'm to talk to the woman first. If I can find an entrance to her house. I can jump. I found more nuts, I think. Yes, woman. Come in. Nice wooden sword, bro. Woman.
Why can't I move on my own?
Okay. You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. This is great to see him. I saw you in a dream, don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat. Cruel words. But also honest. How bad? What's so bad about it anyways? Strong manipulate the weak when they want to. It's all in my
I
hands.
often feel like someone's looking at us from the other side.
Okay. I'm allowed to tell you, Bachelor Dankowski, but I dare not until you meet my uncle Georgie. Otherwise, I work my time out for disclosing the secret. Some strict morals. They make more sense than you may think. This is not a game, is it? For all that is holy, do speak to my uncle, then come back to me. Otherwise, excruciating anticipation will tear my heart to pieces. I cannot put your heart at stake now, can I? Okay, where's George J? I'm assuming he's in the other house that isn't marked. Picked up a nut. By my count, I have 5 nuts. What person whose house I entered? Are you Giora J?
Perhaps old Gimsky is setting a trap for this newly arrived Haruspect.
Famous Dr. Marvelous Great Honor Victor Kane at your service. Daniil Dankowski is at yours. I've seen the things that have become ordinary to us and probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I'd like to compensate for that impression. You know, our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. Don't worry.
The true way to be deceived is to think oneself more knowing than others.
Georgie is waiting for you, my friend. He has news for you that you will find surprising. I only ask one thing. Do not be too quick to reject his request. What does he want from you? He'll explain it better himself. We had too many hopes in your arrival. The echo of these hopes will lead him to offer you a rather intricate conundrum to solve. It's not exactly your line of work, and yet, if we are to believe a certain source, which we deem quite trustworthy, it appears you're the only person who can help our family. The reward will be fitting, of course. And I will speak to Georgie. Yeah, if I can find the bastard, where is he? This is Simon Kane. Where's Georgie Kane? Where's G.R.J.? Where's George G. Willikers? This door does not open. Can someone direct me to where George G. Willikers is? Picked up another nut. This is
The
Oh,
to
it's
death
Georgery.
of Simon's murderer. That
Most
was
venerable doctor. It's a great impatience that we have been expecting you. We need not delve into the minutiae of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are quite aware of the difficulties you are experiencing, and well prepared to do the utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you about Simon. Oh, God, my constant genius brother, the creator, the keeper, the embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. Damn it. How could this happen just before I arrived? Right as I find the chance to prevail. Precisely. Why does this have to happen just before your arrival? Are you asking yourself the same question? I hope I don't see any connection between my arrival and the murder. In fact, I do see a connection. However, do not mistake it for the thought that it was you who murdered him. Well, at least that's something. Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further his own intentions. What do you think? No, fatalist. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote about you without making us aware. Took a risk that would have displeased his family. Really? Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have a consequence in the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece of the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. But this is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side. Serious difficulties. Is there anything I can do to help? Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderer for us. My brother Victor, who is the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us and reward will not disappoint you. Need some time to get my act together. Indeed, it seems there's too many consequences. Your brother's murder can just as well be called the murder of Bachelor Dankovsky. I'll help you in every way I can. I'm convinced if there's anyone at all who can help us solve this puzzle, it is you. The mission calls for someone as astute and independent as yourself. Isidore is an instrument of fate. Simon's murder is just a message that fate intended for you, personally. Do not think I am inclined to blame you for that. I am not. I do not look into this matter. We will take our own measures. The only thing I can expect from you is to be yourself. Do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, whatever the day turns into, everything is a clue to the solution of this puzzle. I repeat, everything is happening here. It's happening on your account. You know my sympathy. Cool. Hand marks are quest markers. I don't know what these symbols mean, but they sure are symboling. Picked up 2 more nuts.
I think I'm
That
having
was close.
fever heat.
Time for the collusion secrets and alliances to come. I'm going to ask something of you. I'm not used to that. I'm used to holding the reins. But you are not harnessed, so it would be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcome if it fits the style of adventure. Not an adventure. My job is no adventure. I hope it never becomes one. Apologize for words came across as mangled and silly. I'm truly not used to asking, but the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging and kneeling. Believe me, I do feel that way. Today's death was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened a score for irreplaceable victims. Soon their number will multiply. I beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortune cross yours. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment where you are able to intervene. I know that for a fact. Who are these people? That doesn't matter. What is destined to happen will happen. You can be whatever you want to be, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give you the list of those I know of. These people are bound to you. Bound? There's a tight spring and power within each of these people. Each of them can break the routine of human existence and become something greater. They're standing on the verge of their humanity, gazing into a realm that could serve a different, higher purpose without even knowing. However, they're bound to make the leap. One way or another. That's why we call them simply the bound. How is their fate bound to mine? Would you say victory depended on them? How? I don't know. I'm not a mistress yet. The future is not as clear to me as I would prefer, but I can feel the present. I've already distinguished the dubious guesses from the pulse of the precise knowledge devoid of worlds and images. These people are bound to you. Their lives are connected. You wouldn't have asked to take care of them otherwise. Just reading all of this, my IQ is predicting 17,000 points. Are you clairvoyant or something? Yes, you haven't been told of me. It's even crossed my mind that someone may be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares doubt them, for they are evident, yes. The mistress of everything ruling the house possesses special abilities. I am learning to see the future and transform the present. This fact offers your words a different degree of authenticity. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of people I may be answering before going back to Eva? Do you know that Ava has asked me to come back? I know Ava, she wants to safeguard you from the nocturnal intrigues, doesn't she? She tries to touch the mysteries of our family. So I gave her a blame. I'll talk to her. Perhaps you two will manage to uncover some bits and pieces of Kane's dark conspiracy against humanity. I haven't given you an answer. What will it be? Enthusiasm for my honor bids me so, and you'd better off by giving me cheek. You won't like me when I'm angry. He said it. He said the thing. George Kane, Victor Kane, Andrew Stamanton, Peter Stamanton, Maria Kana, Eva Jan, and Mark Immortel. So to take care of 7 people. In the entire world, these are the 7 people. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. Right. Man, I get the way that I saw camera shaking and like it. I can see the way I saw like the camera shake. Oh, they're back. Hello. There's something particularly feel the urge to warn you that when you speak to the bound, please choose your words carefully. Do not worry. You'll easily be able to make out what kind of person is standing before you, an observant man that you are. So use that skill in dealing with the bound. Some of them are indeed worth insulting, whereas others need to be treated with the utmost respect. Every time you utter will have consequences. News spreads rapidly around you. If you spoil your reputation in one place, you will have to reap what you have sown in another. Restore your good name in the south and receive warmer welcome in the north. You'll heed every word you say and you'll be rewarded. By means of money, I hope. A handful of money. It's not a dialogue fee, don't get me wrong. Never refuse to take small sums of money from the bound. That would not belittle you in any fashion, but rather demonstrate that you appreciate the local customs. Keep local customs in mind. Seems like a good thing to do. Hello, man in the mask. Kind of small and rather unexpected, isn't it? There's all kinds of people here, the simple folk and the more remarkable ones. The former will tell you more than they know, and the latter know more than they're ever going to let out. Close eye on them. Victory depends on it. Victory depends on me, no one else. That's what you think. Plenty of time to realize how wrong you are. Your fight is not a fight of action. The middlemen, cause and effect chains, tools. Tools to act out your script. If ever needs them, I'll find it. Not anyone would be good enough if you're capable of doing something worthwhile. How many? You're 20-something of them, easily distinguished by their lodgings or their presence. They're called many names, the bound, the faded, the adherents, the caboose, Tagler, the town circle. Simon preferred their company to any other. Is that a sect or something? No, they used to be a pagan name called Tagler. A roundelay of sorts. Pretty sure I butchered that word. Tagler means kin circle, and Gaboo is the character from the local epic. So the people of Simon was interested in the most are called Gaboos Tagler. Some of them don't even know each other. So did Simon choose them? Because it is they that will decide the fate of this town. Don't be distracted by the fact that some of them look insignificant or disreputable. They will earn their worth, you just give them the time. The most important junks in this town. Why are you telling me all this? Each day, one of them will try death by the tooth. Each will put their life at risk. Each one that dies is important. Some of them may take keys to victory to the grave. Mind that keys are yours, while the grave is theirs. Others will do the opposite. Don't waste your chance to condemn someone who may get you play. But I know it is helpful when it gets in the way. Okay, alright. Dropping you more hints would be cheating. Shutting up now. Allow me to conclude then. Each bound you safely foots the finale of your adventure. Each of them has their own goals and motives. It may so happen that those who seek a different ending survive, then, well, you've been warned. I'll take that to account. Okay. Fair enough. People here have agendas of their own. Fair enough. Two more nuts. Oh, Victor. Your mom's.
I fear that Simon's death is a symbolic event.
Not gonna help you, George. You told me anything. Which is to say, you told me very little, but enough to astound me. He maintains that you can provide me a more detailed account. So you have agreed to help us. I have. May I ask so why? His goals seem to align astoundingly with the goals of those who've been waging war against my work for years. Going to answer any questions we have. Simon last seen. He went to East Door home within an hour later. He came to the hall to see us. He announced his plans to withdraw the focus and receive no one. He told us not to approach the focus and to fast for a week, partaking in neither meat nor water. Then in the morning he was found dead. Why no meat and water? Explanations he wanted to be mourned beforehand, as is the custom of our people. This was very like him. What is the focus? That's what I want to know. It's hard to explain. It's his study, if you will. It's an extraordinary, spacious, creative laboratory, almost perfectly sealed off, except for the door that is visible at all times. Metaphorically speaking, I don't understand. It's like an equation or a mirror puzzle. Anyways, the murderer could not have been hiding and taken my word for it. Simon did get in there somehow. He could perform far more impressive feats. There's a reason the whole town feared him. So how can I help you? Just take a look around, trust your intuition, do whatever you like, speak to whoever you feel you need to. Look for the murderer, Doctor, and you will find him. Keep looking until the last breath. I'm sure your rational thinking will help you. Once the town folk can help you with this, my daughter will advise you better. Your name is Maria. For several days she's been obsessed with some design, somehow related to your room. Yes, don't be surprised she knew beforehand that you were coming. I'm not surprised. I think that's good. Anyways, Maria believes that several bound people will play a special role in your fate before you leave this place, of course. Perhaps you should ask for help first. My dear colleague is Isdor Brooklyn. Where does he live? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's murdered whoever they are. Could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I could fear it. I fear it could only be fate, wearing the guise of a mysterious monster. I will be careful. So that's on the other side of town. Quickly make my way around, I guess, through there. Very good. I don't have a functioning... Nope, I do not have a functioning crouch button. Unless it's a button I haven't pressed yet. Nuts. This doesn't feel like the right direction. Because it's not. Three nuts. Oh joy. Big is a no, it's a slide. I thought that was a skeleton. Hole in the fence. Hole in the fence. Open area. What, did I just find a dog collar? Silver ring. Kerosene. Money. Oh, have I not been picking up nuts? Have I been picking up money? Unless it's very early in the day. Must have woken up at dawn. Yeah, I'm picking up money off the ground. I gotta figure out how to get over there. This area is like walled off. It's the house I need to be at. This is a window. Can't enter here. There we go. All the people standing outside this house. They look rather unprofessional-like. I'll talk to this one. A foul murder occurred here this night. No unauthorized access allowed to the crime scene. Strictly forbidden until further notice. He was killed. You're not a local, sir, so you're unlikely to understand the laws we've suffered. Isidore Barak, great surgeon and benefactor, to us all an all-around skilled doc. An outstanding man, beloved and respected by us locals. Does it really always have to take the very best? What a foul time we live in. I knew him, I was a doctor too. Whoever killed our only dog surely must be looking to get us all killed. Isidore could cure anything. He knew how to make cuts or incisions because he was a warden. He knew his lines alright, like I said, it all makes sense. Whoever killed Simon took Isidore's life too. This is merely the beginning. The beginning that makes you so sure. See, this murderous deal is all mysterious. Is there a talon stuck to the victim's chest? Go ahead. Bend your arm at the elbow. Good so yeah, like that. There you go. That's how long it was. It broke off. There was dust on the floor. Her deceased who had been a renowned step walker. The dust was all covered in footsteps and traces of sharp bone, I guess. If it was someone using a walking stick around here, I tell you it's her. That shaman I kill. That'll play man-eater. We've been assigned the post by Alexander, the head of the Cerberov family. His house is in decline right now, but he's still powerful and very much respected. For it is they who is responsible for maintaining wordily order, public safety of the town since the old days. These can they address concerns to him. There's their rod, you take that road up here and get to the cave. As for me, I'm not authorized to let you in. Just since from the start. I think he did. Dickweed. Pretty sure he said that quite distinctly. Not allowed in. Something burning. Yeah, that's my fists. Mission today's quest. And what do the other buttons do? Oh. Hello. Yeah. Key. Oh. I am nice and reputable. Okay. Whoa. So has time advanced that much? No, it has. Alright. I'm gonna cut this here. I'm gonna go play Deadly Premonition. We've only been at it for an hour. I know the game gets interesting in, like, the next day. But, like, I'm really short of sleep, and all of this reading is driving me insane. See you in, like, 5 minutes. Moron.